He walked out with nearly $200.
So what? So he goes on a binge and blows it all.
Not if he's smart. You know what I'd do if I was him?
What?
I'd keep at it till I had a big enough stake to go into a legitimate business. And I'd quit the racket and become a Mr. Somebody.
Man, these thugs don't care about getting into business.
If it was me, I'd plan to get into some business.
If it was you, get off that cloud.
In the next month, I pulled 5 jobs. I had $1,700. Not bad. Another 5, 6 months, I'd be ready to get into some kind of business. Open a radio shop or a hardware store, maybe. In the meantime, I was getting a kick out of what I was doing. Every time I went into a place to knock it over, it was the same thing. I'd take my gun out. I didn't have to say much. They knew I meant business.
How long did you go on working at the radio shop?
Oh, about another month, I guess. Then I quit my job. I told Ed I was leaving town.
Where were you going?
Hollywood. I moved in and rented a place on Wilcox. Well, things were going a little too slow to suit me, so I made a deal with Bill Swanson, the guy I told you about.
Oh, yeah.
I had an idea that might pay off better than a stick-up. We drove to downtown L.A. It was after midnight.
First time I knocked over a hardware wholesale.
You just get us inside. You won't be sorry. We'd out with a truckload of precision tools or power tools, and we got $4,000, maybe $5,000 worth of stuff.
I'll get you inside any place that has a door.
Why do you think I brought you along? Company? We can drive the truck right into the building. Load up inside.
What are we waiting for? Coast is clear.
Not yet. 6 RD patrols this area. I want to know where it is first.
You sure got this thing down to a science.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Maybe to you, not to me. I still get stage fright.
Keep quiet for a while so I can get these calls.
6RD2, 7th in Los Angeles. Hit and run 512, code 3. 6RD2, 7th in Los Angeles.
It's a break traffic call. Keep him busy about an hour, maybe more.
We better leave the truck here till I get the door open.
My gun's in the glove compartment. Give it to me.
You don't need a gun on a job like this. If they got you, they got you.
Give me that gun.
Here. This is the first and last time I'm working with you.
Why? I thought we'd do pretty good together. My brains and your brawn.
Smart guy, sarcastic, like you're someone special. You don't kid me. I know what you are.
Maybe you'll tell me.
I seen it just now when I handed you the gun.
What am I, Bill?
You're a killer.
You're not the first one who said that. I'm being talked into it. Come on. Get going.
Okay. I don't like working with anyone who carries a gun. It's stupid.
Think you can handle this door?
Don't touch it. Maybe wired. Burglar alarm.
I better put a light on it.
That's enough. Put it out.
Is it wired?
No. No, but it's going to be tough to open. Give me that small crowbar. Someone's coming up the alley.
You're imagining things. Open up.
I tell you, somebody's coming. Duck into this doorway.
Come out of there. With your hands up.
Move over a little. What are you going to do?
I said come out of there. I got you covered.
No shooting. I don't want no shooting.
You coming out of there?
Hold it, Mac. I'm coming.
Yeah, me too.
You hit him. Stop it. Stop it.
Shut up.
You killed him. You're crazy. You're a crazy killer.
I said shut up.
Jim, no. No. You're crazy.
I killed the watchman, That meant I had to kill Bill, too.
Didn't that bother you?
No, didn't bother me at all. Only thing that worried me was Bill. I knew if the cops ever got Bill, he'd talk right away. He had a record a mile long. They might have found his fingerprints on his tools or something, so I killed him. And later, I drove to Southgate. It was about 3:30 in the morning. I broke into a garage. They rode the pickup truck inside and loaded it with everything I could lay my hands on. Then I got out of town.
Where to?
I got as far as Pomona. It was around 8 o'clock when I got there. Or I called on some service stations trying to peddle the stuff.
Did you?
Well, I finally found a guy who said he'd buy it.
You got everything you say you have? I'll give you $50 for it.
75 or it's no deal.
Okay, 75. Where do I pick the stuff up?
Know where Pearson Cutoff is? About 5 miles north of town?
Sure.
All right. 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay. It's hot goods, isn't it?
Are you buying it or not?
Said I was, but I got a right to know. I'll know how to handle it if it is.
No questions or it's no deal.
All right, I'll be there at 8.
What kind of car will you be driving?
50 Buick, two-tone blue. You can't miss it.
Blink your lights twice, sir. I'll know it's you.
Good idea. 8 o'clock in the Pearson Cutoff.
I ran the truck off the road into a little gully so it couldn't be seen from the road. And then at 8 o'clock that night, a two-tone Buick turned up the cutoff. The lights blinked, but I didn't show myself. And then the car stopped, and instead of the guy I talked to, 2 cops came out and started looking around.
What happened?
When they started coming towards where I was hiding, I opened up on them. And they started firing back. One of them hit me in the shoulder, and I emptied my gun on him and started running. I was bleeding pretty bad.
What'd you do?
I ripped part of my shirt and made myself a bandage. And I stopped the truck, and I told the guy I'd been hurt in an auto accident. He gave me a lift right into L.A. Oh, I didn't go home, in case they'd be waiting there for me.
I see.
Then I thought of the one person in the world who'd do me a favor.
Who?
Ed Manning. I took a cab to his house, and then I waited outside for him till he came out to go to work.
Jim, what's the matter?
Oh, I need some sleep.
What happened to your shoulder?
Car accident, Ed. Think you could put me up for a few hours? Think your wife would mind?
Well, she's away visiting her folks in Fresno. What's it all about, Jim?
Nothing. It's simple. I'm broke and tired.
Come on in. I've never seen you look like this. You look half dead.
I am half dead.
You can bunk in there in the bedroom.
Thanks, Ed.
You sure you hadn't better see a doctor?
I'm sure.
Okay. I better be going.
I remember before I fell asleep, I wished I had a gun with me. I had one of those spring knives. Another thing I remember thinking that Ed was the only guy in the world I could come to in a spot like this. I don't know how long I slept, but when I got up, it was night, and Ed was standing over me, shaking me.
Jim, get up. You got to get out of here.
What's happened?
This afternoon, the cops were at the shop asking about you.
Did they talk to you?
They asked me if I knew where you were.
What'd you tell them?
I said I didn't know.
You shouldn't have come home. They might have followed you.
Well, that's why I didn't come home straight from work. That's why I waited till after dark.
They might have followed you anyways.
What have you done, Jim? They wouldn't tell me.
I killed 2 or 3 guys.
You what? You crazy or something? What's that?
Quick, take a look.
It's the police.
You brought them here, Ed. I thought you were my friend. I ought to kill you, too.
There must be 15 cops out there. You're kidding me about killing, aren't you?
Mason, come on out of there.
See how I'm kidding you? They'd have come to the door if I wasn't a killer.
Jim, you're crazy.
Ed, you got a gun? I'll outsmart him yet.
Manny, you in there?
Don't answer it.
They'll start shooting, Jim. They'll kill both of us.
Too bad. You brought him here, my friend.
Well, I didn't know, honest. I'm getting out of here.
No, you're not. You don't get out this door till you get by me.
5 seconds and we start shooting.
First, Ellen. Then you.
1,
Put that knife down. I'm your friend.
2,
Like the rest of them.
I mean it, Jim.
3,
You're not lying, Ed?
No, Jim.
I don't think you're lying.
I'm not.
4. Matson.
Hold it. We're coming out. Hold it. We're coming out.
You have just heard an actual confession. This case history of the subject referred to as James V. Madsen is a matter of documented record. To protect the legal rights of the subject, names and places were changed or deleted. Technical advice for confession comes from the Office of the Director of Corrections, Department of Corrections, State of California. In a moment, you will again hear James V. Madsen.
Subject tried on the charge of murder, first degree, 3 counts. Place of trial, Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of Los Angeles. Jury's findings. After psychiatric examination, the subject was found sane and guilty as charged. Death sentence to be executed by the warden of California State Prison, San Quentin.
Well, that's it. It's all over. I don't know what lesson can be learned from my story, unless it's that I never got to spend $1 of the money I got. And even if I had, it wouldn't have made much difference. I guess it's no use saying I'm sorry for what I did. I killed them, and I didn't know them. They didn't know me. What time is it?
9:31.
29 minutes. Time to smoke some cigarettes anyway.
This has been Confession, transcribed statements of actual crimes. These true tragedies are brought to you each week as an NBC Radio Network production in an effort to stem the nation's forward march of crime. Credit for this broadcast goes to our cast: Paul Frees, Don Diamond, Jack Carroll, Virginia Christine, Jan Arvin, Herb Butterfield, Jonathan Hole. Script, Lou Rusoff. Music, Michael Samoki. Script supervision, Warren Lewis. Direction, Homer Canfield. John Wall speaking. Confession, a Canfield Lewis creation, came to you from California.